We have
On August 31st, there were a number of civil disobedience actions that were planned, and I didn't know the exact time or location of these actions because they were kept fairly secret. But I was in Union Square that evening, and looking around, I could tell that something was about to happen, that there were very heartfelt expressions of dissatisfaction amongst the crowd and passionate speeches.
Now the question is, should we have to get a permit to do this? No! No! Thank you. The question is, should you have to apply for a license to do this? No! I cannot understand how anybody can get behind somebody who starts an illegal war and doesn't even find anything that he said he was looking for. I'm really having trouble fathoming the situation, and I feel like 50 years from now, even 20, maybe even 10, it's going to be hard to find those people who supported this man.
That because we're complacent.
But check it out. I'm not here. If you notice, I'm trying very hard not to directly mention any names because this is about our own internal activation. You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on, you can't always change that. You can influence, maybe affect, you can't always change. But one thing you can change, we can change, is our internal activation.
And I found a marching band that was getting ready to launch into the street. And they were setting up in Union Square, and I thought it was possible that they could be starting this whole business. So I kept my eye on them, and sure enough, they launched into the street in defiance of police order that they get a permit before they march.
Would the police make their presence known outside the square?
Absolutely. They were within the square. They put a perimeter around the square. Their presence was well known. They had motor scooters, bicycles, and in fact paddy wagons and buses on the streets. But this was typical for the entire time I was in New York since Sunday, that the police were making their presence known, but just basically to contain the peace. And in fact, there was demonstrations the day before, which were also not permitted, which the police allowed to pursue without confrontation. So I figured at the time that there would be no problems, that I could continue documenting this protest and not be apprehended by the police.
Savic, you were at the Sunday demonstrations, right? And that went off pretty peacefully, yes?
It did. Mike called me and said he's going, so I thought, I don't want to just go to a protest and participate as one of the whistling people. I wanted to do something, so I thought I could assist him, carry equipment, do extra camera shots, whatever it is. And Sunday was great because all these people, cops were nice. But I think if I were one of them, I would have planned that whole thing days in advance anyway. So I assumed that Sunday was nice because you don't want to abuse 500,000 people.
Right.
look, Fox News.
Hello, Rose.
Fox News channel. They're supposed to turn the corner here so they can stand where the police is. I would like to say that beside George W. Bush, one of the main culprits for this situation we are in, lack of democracy, civil rights stripping, I don't know, wars, name it, is CNN, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox News obviously, NPR, PBS, who did I forget who's major? UPN, all these media have failed. They have failed miserably to inform the public, they have failed to be truthful to themselves, and they have failed as journalists. I do not accept that it's a journalist to be a newsreader. That is not journalism.
Why do you think that is?
Well, it's not like somebody came down and told them not to, but they're owned by corporations, and it's a trend, right? People, they earn money by saying, wow, is lipstick dangerous for your lips? They earn money with taglines. People don't have time to bother with real knowledge. So thus the media says, well, we don't want to actually tell you anything, we just want to earn the money. I'm ranting because nobody's saying this. Everybody wants to be on the media's good side. Why? We should ignore them. We should turn off our TVs, our radio, and turn to independent news sources online.
Were you there sort of as a protester, or were you there really as a documenter?
I'd say definitely that I was supporting the protesters, and that the point of my documentary, if I was pressed, would be to get the voices of the dissenting political views out into the open, because I considered the standard Republican issued sound bites to be well covered by the corporate media.
Sure.
And I thought it was very important to get the alternative points of view, which coincidentally I happen to agree with. So I was not timid about following them because I supported them. I thought that they were doing the right thing. But at the same time, I was running my camera, and I fully intended to create a documentary about this protest without being jailed. I mean, practically speaking, I was off the streets for 2 days, and those were 2 days which I could not collect video for my job, for my work.
Right.
So I was surprised at the result.
Thank you.